Hello, my dear students. Myself Lakshmi, Assistant Professor, Sanjay Godavat University. So today I am going to continue with my previous chapter, Power Factor Improvement. I hope you all gone through my previous video. So if you have not gone through it, so link is given in the description box for both the videos, lecture 1 and lecture 2. So today I am going to start with lecture number 3. The topic is calculation of power factor correction. So in previous session, we have studied the definition of power factor, active power and reactive power, and what is the reason for low power factor and what is the need of power factor improvement. So today we are going to study calculation of power factor correction. The low power factor is mainly due to the fact that most of power loads are inductive and therefore take lagging current. As I told you, all the residential and industrial loads are inductive in nature. So it will take lagging current. In order to improve the power factor, some device taking leading power should be connected in parallel with the load. To improve this lagging current, we need some device which is having a leading power that can be boost up the leading current, some lagging current. So capacitor draws leading current and partly or completely neutralizes the lagging reactive component of the load current. So using this capacitor, we can partly or completely neutralizes the lagging reactive component. So it can boost up the power factor. So this can be done by the connecting capacitor in parallel with the load. So this rises the power factor of the load, means it will boost up the low power factor. So let's see how it can be boost up the power factor. So you can see here I have drawn some phasor diagram. So initially I have connected inductive load with some voltage. This is source voltage. This is a inductive load. So in all inductive load there will be some resistance. So this is my load and source and current flowing through this. So next, so due to this inductor, so we are facing low power factor. To improve this low power factor, we have connected capacitor in parallel with this inductive load. So current flowing to this capacitor, we call it as a IC current. So this we can call it as a I, and this I will make it as a source current, IS. Next, let me draw the phasor diagram. So already I have drawn here. So I am taking real part as a voltage, and so first we'll start with the phasor diagram of inductive load. So first we'll draw the only for inductive load. So what happens in inductive load? Current will be lagging. So here it is a voltage. The lagging current will be here. So this is a lagging current I. I am going to name it as a I. So this is with angle of phi 1. Next, we can draw the phasor diagram for capacitor. So what happens in capacitor? The capacitor current will be leading at the angle of 90 degree. So that's why here it is a voltage, the current is leading at an angle of 90 degree. So this current I can call it as a IC current with the angle of phi. Correct? Understood? So here it is voltage. I am drawing the phasor diagram for inductor which is having a lagging current with some angle. For capacitor it is a leading current. So we have drawn two currents here. So resultant of this current will be here. So this I am going to name it as a I dash. So this is our resultant current. So as I said, the capacitor cannot completely neutralizes the lagging current. So some portion of current which will be neutralizes. So it is more than this lagging current. So next you can see here, this is my active power. So this I can name it as I cos phi 1. So this is my I sin phi 2. So this will be our apparent power, kVA. And this I can call it as I sin phi 1. Got? So this will be, make it as I dash. So next what we can do is, we need to calculate the capacitor value. So simply we can't connect the capacitor to the inductor. So we need to calculate the rating of the capacitor. So we can't connect any rating of the capacitor. We need to calculate the capacitor values first. So how to calculate this capacitor value? So this is I sin phi 2. So here from this phasor again you can see here, before, this is a resultant current when we get after connecting the capacitor. So before connecting the capacitor, the reactive current, amount of reactive current will be this much. So when I connect the capacitor, the reactive component got reduced. Means we have boost up the power factor by connecting this capacitor. So here this is I sin phi 2. So which is new reactive power equals to I dash sin phi 1 minus IC. So what I want is, I want a capacitive current. So I will take it as IC outside. IC is equals to I sin phi 1 minus I dash sin phi 2. This make it I dash, this one is I. So next we know the formula XC is equals to 1 by omega C. This can be written as also V by IC also. So what we want to calculate? We want to calculate the capacitor values, means C value. So I have taken C outside. So if I take this C outside, what I will get? I get IC divided by omega into V. So this is the formula to calculate the capacitor value. So we have understood the phasor diagram and the calculation for the capacitor. So next I am going to draw the power angle triangle. So this is our power angle triangle. So this I can call it as a KW, active power, and this is my reactive power. This is my apparent power. So this I can name it as a kVAR 1, this kVAR 2. So reactive power after connecting the capacitor, this is reactive power before connecting the capacitor. This is my apparent power and this is my active power. So leading kVAR supplied power factor correction equipment. So now we need to calculate the reactive power. So I have named it as OABC. So OA is active power and OB is apparent power and my AB is reactive power. So I need to calculate the reactive power here. So BC is equals to AB minus AC. This is my BC. So this much amount of reactive power we have resolved. So that I have taken it as a BC is equals to AB minus AC. This is whole AB minus AC. What I'll get? I get how much reactive power we have reduced. So this AB, name it as a kVA R1, and this you can name it as kVA R2. So kVA R1 is nothing but OA tan phi 1. So how I written it is, you can see here kVA R1 and kVA R2, how we are going to find. So this is cos theta, this is sin theta, this is a reactive power is a tan theta, sin by cos. So tan theta is equals to AB divided by OA, means tan phi 1. So here it is a kVA R1 and kVA R2. AB is nothing but what? A to B is nothing but my kVA R1. So I have written it as a kVA R1. And next, tan 2 phi is equals to AC divided by OA. AC is kVA R2 by OA. So I am going to simplify here. So kVA R1 is equals to tan phi into OA. Here I written. And kVA R2 is equals to OA into tan phi 2. So OA is a common because it is a active power. So one thing you can remember, so after connecting the capacitor and before connecting the capacitor, the active power will not going to change. The active power will be same. So there is no any disturbance for the active power. So OA is a common. I have taken OA outside, tan phi 1 minus tan phi 2. So in place of OA, what I have written? I have written kilowatt. Means it is active power. So BC is equals to tan phi 1 minus tan phi 2. So this much of reactive power we have reduced. And so from initially it was here. So lagging reactive power. So next, after connecting the capacitor, so this much of reactive is reduced. Means we have boost of this much of power factor. So this is how we are going to calculate the power factor. So initially we need to calculate the capacitor value. Next we need to calculate the power factor. So this is the derivation of power factor calculation. In next video, we are going to solve the problems based on the power factor calculation. So I hope you understood this video. So if you have any doubt, so put a message in a comment section. So I will try to answer in the next video. So please go through both the videos, lecture number 1 and lecture number 2. Thank you so much.